We are ready. Turn us on. We're celebrating real cell phone competition at JamFest, June 20th at Fort Charlotte. Come and jam with me, yours truly, the Natural Empress, for a night of music, free food and drinks, and the amazing sounds of the Rat Pack, including D-Mac, MDs, and Sammy Starr, Bodine Johnson, and Tingam Dem Band. There'll be prizes and a crazy evening of non-stop fun and entertainment you won't want to miss. And bring the kids. We've got lots of surprises too. It's JamFest, June 20th, 6 p.m. at Fort Charlotte.
Educators concerned about their safety in school following the shooting of a campus security guard. Haitian activists say government's new immigration policy is a ticking time bomb. The private sector aiming to be government's watchdog as it forges ahead with the Freedom of Information Act, plus why it took so long for the festival's commission to pay Bahamian artists. I'm Paige McCartney. We've got those stories and more straight ahead on NB12 Weekend. Welcome once again to NB12. The recent shooting of a security officer on a public school campus has renewed fears about school violence. 2 weeks after the incident, President of the Bahamas Educators and Managerial Union, Charles Wildgoose, is speaking out. Jasmine Brown has details.
Last week's shooting has become a major concern for Bemu, and Wildgoose says officials must do all they can to secure public schools across the country.
It's unfortunate when outsiders are going to come on campus and physically and seriously, maliciously seek to hurt a worker on campus. We have to be careful that that don't become a trend.
On June 9th, a security guard at L.W. Young Junior High School was shot multiple times while he was on duty at the Burner Road campus by a young man wearing a C.I. Gibson Senior High School uniform. The 32-year-old victim survived the shooting, but police have yet to arrest a suspect in the case. Wildgoose says the shooting shook up students, parents, and school administrators. While schools have closed for the summer break, Wildgoose says he would like to see additional measures implemented in time for the new school year. That includes having officers present after school.
I feel that even though we have policemen on campus, I've always said that when school comes out, the police patrolling need to be there, be present, because the devil getting these children. And sometimes, most times, many of them take weapons on their persons to school. And most of the damage takes place after school, and it happens so quickly.
Wildgoose says the blame cannot be placed solely on the students, as he insists the schools are a reflection of a violent society, and fixing the issue will take a nationwide approach.
I personally am concerned every morning you cut on the radio or television at night and you see murder. It's great concern in this country, and something things need to be done. All and sundry must do what needs to be done. The parents and guardians at home, they must seek to raise their children as best they can, even though things may not be as well as they would wish it to be, but they must do their part in the home and in the neighborhood. And they must prepare the child to come to school, and being in school must help with raising the child. And the government must do its part, the church must do its part.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Police are investigating the death of a woman early this morning. Reports are that just after 1 a.m., several people were involved in an argument at a bar on Gladstone Road, which resulted in a man and a woman being struck by a vehicle. Both victims were rushed to hospital, where the woman succumbed to her injuries and the man remains in serious condition. Meantime, police need your help in finding two people. The first is a man wanted for firearms trafficking. Police described 32-year-old Dario Flaseno Smith of Jones Heights and South Beach as a dark brown male, 5 feet 10 inches tall, with a slim build. He's considered armed and dangerous. And police also need your help finding 17-year-old Althornique Bell of Excellence Estates, who was reported missing by family members. She was last seen on June 3rd. Anyone with information on any of these matters is asked to call police at 919 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Well, Free National Movement Shadow Minister for Immigration Hubert Chipman is weighing in on the controversial new immigration policy in the Dominican Republic that has garnered worldwide attention, saying that it brings to light the need for the Bahamas to better manage its own immigration issues. The Dominican government has pledged to deport non-citizens who did not submit applications to establish legal residency before Wednesday's deadline. The Dominican Supreme Court has ruled that people born in the Dominican Republic to non-citizens do not qualify for citizenship under its constitution unless they had at least one parent who was a citizen or legal resident. Chipman said while the Bahamas can certainly relate to the strain illegal immigration places on a country, policies should be fair.
You know, you got to also always remember that illegal migrants is a strain on one's country. And while you may come here with good intentions, and I think that, or wherever country you may have gone, can the country sustain such numbers? So I think we are moving, I think, in the right direction, but I just think I think it should be fair to all concerned.
Chipman said the Bahamas has its own problems with illegal migration.
As you are well aware, there are thousands and thousands of applications that has been in the Cabinet Office or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for quite some time. And I think I addressed that a while back. In order to try to get rid of some of the problems that we do have, we have to deal with this backlog. And until we deal with this backlog, we're not going anywhere.
Nonetheless, he said the country will be faced with even bigger problems if it doesn't address the problem of Bahamians of Haitian descent.
Where I stand today, I still honestly believe that we need to deal with the stateless people that's here, whether they're children, adults, or whatever. I think we need to continue to protect our borders. I said in my contribution during the budget debate that we still have migrants, illegal migrants, coming in here unabated in some cases. The Defense Force is doing as much as they possibly can. I believe within a specified time, such as a 10-day period, once they can get clearance from the Haitian embassy, that these people should be deported back to their country.
The Immigration Act 2015 and regulations came into force last month. It provides for civil penalties for illegal landing, harboring illegal migrants, and making attempts to leave the country to be smuggled to another country. The Act of regulations have been the subject of much debate. Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell has called critics of the policy unpatriotic. While the new immigration policy implemented by the Christie administration earlier this year is not having the impact officials expect. That's according to United Association of Haitians and Bahamians in the Bahamas Administrator Robert Dudon, who says based on what he's seen in the local Haitian community, those policies are having more of a social impact.
We've had some very interesting analysis of how effective it was. I'm not sure 100% what was the objective. If the objective was to mitigate the illegal migration of individuals between Haiti and the Bahamas, I don't have the stats to know how effective it was. We do know that policy itself has had some adverse effect. Has the bomb that they claim exists been diffused by the policy? No, I think more bombs has probably been built if they're time bombs.
The policy was implemented last November. It requires non-Bahamians to have a passport of their nationality and evidence that they have permission to live and work in the country. It also outlines rules for children, mandating that all non-Bahamian children be required to have a student permit or a passport with a residency stamp when schools open this fall.
We had kids from 5 to 15 who then and now have the fear of death of olive green immigration officers, officers in green, and a yellow bus that would have been welcome as a school bus. It's a fear now by a lot of kids, and this is expressed, and some persons want to dispel it. And so those are the concerns.
The Haitian activist said he and others in the association have met with immigration officials to discuss their concerns. Stay with us. When MB12 returns, the private sector vowing to hold government's feet to the fire over the Freedom of Information Act, plus the Festivals Commission finally addresses the delay in paying Bahamian artists. We'll tell you about those and other stories when MB12 Weekend comes right back.